I've got to find him!
Hey, wait for me.
Alrighty, time to kick off the He-Man Season 2 reviews with the first episode of the second season, The Cat and the Spider. We begin the second season with the return appearance by Malekta, the royal archaeologist, whom you'll remember from the House of Chakotay episodes. He and Prince Adam are exploring a temple of the cat people when Malekta falls into a booby trap inside the temple. Adam becomes He-Man, saves Malekta, and explores the temple by himself. After defeating a statue come to life, he finds the statue inside and takes it back to Malekta. A spy for the cat people, who's kept his eye on the heroes, goes to the ruler of the cat people, King Paw, and reports that a pair of humans has stolen the Grimalkin statue. Paw sends a cat lady by the name of Katrina to get the statue back. Meanwhile, the heroes begin pondering if the statue has some evil powers. Skeletor happens to be spying on them and decides to steal the statue and sends Webstor, I hate that name, to get it from them. So Katrina shows up and tries to get the statue, but Teela stops her. Webstor shows up and gets away with the Grimalkin. He-Man manages to tail Webstor to Snake Mountain. In the meanwhile, Katrina and King Randor go at each other in rounds of who's stealing whose crap, when Malekta shows up to break the tie and tell everyone that he's deciphered that the Grimalkin statue can release a giant monster which can destroy Eternia. Whoops! He-Man informs the good guys where Webstor has gone, which is when Teela and Katrina go after him. He-Man makes it to Snake Mountain, but Battlecat falls into a hole like a chump, and He-Man gets captured. Teela's sky sled gets shut down, and Teela is knocked out. Katrina saves them at the last second and is joined by Battlecat. Katrina goes head-to-head with Webstor while Battlecat releases He-Man. Skeletor then manages to free the Grimalkin, which forces the heroes to put their asses in gear. The day is saved by a rather weak plot device when Katrina reveals that only the power of the storm can stop the Grimalkin. So, at first He-Man makes salt particles, throws them in the upper atmosphere, and makes it rain. However, the rain only weakens the Grimalkin, so He-Man instead becomes a human lightning rod and blasts the Grimalkin. As you can see, the Cat and the Spider has certain things in common with the She-Demon of Phantos from last season, in that it's a bit of a mixed bag. Its best elements are definitely the character interaction, locales, the Grimalkin itself, and the action, but it has some derpy animation, some silly characters, some unintentionally suggestive character poses, and a pretty weak finale. The animation quality is a little erratic. Some of the action scenes are done really well, but others suffer from some sloppiness. It's a little annoying since for the most part everything action-wise is pretty familiar, and you'd think Filmation could have picked some decent stock shots from prior episodes. The plot is also a bit of a mixed bag, but I like the return of Malekta and the fact that there are two factions fighting over the statue and that the villains only step into the picture fairly late. I do think Skeletor is being depicted a little more dumb and arrogant than usual, but it's still nowhere near as overt as later in the season. However, this episode is the debut of Webstor, who I've already described as one of my least favorite new characters. It's not bad enough in my view that his power is essentially a backpack that shoots a grappling hook, but the voice performance by John Irwin sounds exactly the same as Squinch the Widget. Squinch is one of my favorite supporting characters, and I honestly don't think the voice really fits a minion of Skeletor's.
The guard's gotta be on his toes all the time, always ready to react to the least little sound. Just what I've been looking for.
However, by far the best element of this episode is obviously the cat lady Katrina. I think it was always nice when Filmation decided to include a female character who could hold her own against the male characters. She also gets to do quite a lot, which is nice, because I hate it when cool supporting characters just end up standing around in a He-Man episode. She's such a cool character, it's actually a shame she didn't return in future episodes. In addition, I think it's quite funny that she actually finds Battlecat attractive, calling him Big Boy for pretty much the rest of the episode.
You go find your friend, Big Boy. This thief is mine.
Yep, you heard it here, folks. Cringer actually got himself a potential love interest. The Cat and the Spider is a pretty good kickoff to Season 2. It doesn't quite compare to the Season 1 kickoff, The Cosmic Comet, but it's extremely entertaining and has a lot of cool elements about it. It still has a lot of the same feeling as the Season 1 episodes, which is why I liked it, and I think out of the first 10 or so episodes, it's actually head and shoulders above most. Season 2 took a while before the episodes started to get really good. Overall, I recommend giving it a watch. Next time, we'll get to know my favorite new He-Man allies some more. Until then, I have the power, so can you. Hey, wanna help me decide what to do for the final video of the He-Man Season 2 reviews? Why not join the forums at itstelltime.net. You can also discuss movies, TV, anime, video games, and much more. See you all on the next one.